All right, welcome back to the panel. Season 9 of ball. I guess season maybe what have we run into the panel for 5 years or so, but some new faces here. So first of all, we'll start with our associate commissioners, Justin Conrad. Welcome here.
Thank you.
SPAC, you as well. Welcome to head office.
Feels good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff, man. And then special guest, Dusty. Glad you could make it. Welcome here, man.
Thanks for having me.
First time for you, eh, Dusty?
This is my first time, yes.
Cool. Good stuff. All right. For those new to the league, we run a panel chat, I don't know, a couple times a year. Kind of starting off midway through and then looking into playoffs. We get maybe a little bit more often. Basically, we talk about whatever, just kind of banter, a few hot takes maybe, have some fun. So enjoy the listen. Let's get right into our rookie talk though. Who are some rookies you guys are excited to see in the league? What are they going to bring? Um, yeah, who you want to shout out?
I can probably jump in first. I think for myself, having Keaton have the opportunity to jump into the league is pretty big. He's probably the individual that I've played the most basketball with lifetime. We've definitely hooped quite a bit together. So I'm excited to see what he does in the league. He's when he's motivated and wants to do the right things, whether it's scoring, rebounding, assists, he can do it. So I'm excited to see if I get the opportunity to play with him. It'd be great. Playing against him, not as great.
Uh, where did Keaton go to high school?
He was a Churchill guy.
Okay, and he would have been pretty close to your age, or a couple years younger.
No, he's quite a bit younger.
Okay,
He'd
He's my
be
age.
okay,
Yeah, we graduated the same year.
okay. How old are you, Dusty?
33.
Huh, Spec, I thought we were closer. I guess you're a couple years older than me then.
okay. Yeah, you do the math, and I'm old. I'm old. 40.
Right on.
Look great though.
Question, are we going to see Keaton bring the rim down during the season, or is he just a warm-up stunker at this point?
It's going to be interesting because at Prairie Winds, the wall behind the backboard is too far back for him to do his typical dunk. So I don't know if he has another dunk in the bag, but we'll see. Um, I don't know. We'll get to hot takes later.
Right on. Awesome. Dusty, any rookies you're excited to see? You brought a couple in.
Yeah, I mean, similar to SPAC, Zach Pardiak is probably the same with Keaton to SPAC. He's we played in high school together. We went to the same high school. He's just a year younger than I am. We played intramurals at the university together, and then him and his brother played pickup for the last, I don't know, 10 years probably. So I played lots with him. He's a really good player. I could see him probably going in the first round, I would think, just because he can do it all, like defend, score, really good at really good vision. So I could see him making teams really better for sure.
I think so. Obviously, I played with Shane back in the day, or against him more so.
Yeah.
So I didn't know Zach till he subbed last year, and wasn't didn't see a ton. Wasn't super pumped about him, but playing against him this week, I think he's got to be a top five guy. Um, Shoots the ball, gets inside, plays defense. He does everything and does everything well. So I think he's gonna be better go top five. Otherwise, he's gonna be a steal. We'll see.
Yeah. He just, like, he hasn't played a ton of full court basketball in the last few years, but I think as soon as he does it consistently, yeah, he'll just be, yeah, I agree with you, top five for sure.
Yeah, that would be a stud. Cool, Justin. Any rookies you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I didn't bring any in. Everyone I know who plays ball is pretty much in the league, but a couple of guys that have been around a lot in different like hoops hubs events, like Darian Dart, who did a lot of something for us last year. Excited to see him come full time. Hudson, who I kind of spent a lot of time talking with over the SummerSlam, just kind of got to know him a lot better. So it's excited to see him coming in. And then like Matt Beckering, a guy who's subbed before as well. Just another guy that's fun to play with. Play with him a fair bit as a sub. So excited to see those guys kind of coming into the league.
Yeah, yeah, some quality dudes. Darren's a dog. Shout out Darren. You got your contract. What do you say, Nicholas Sharon? I think it was. Congrats, man. Nice to get that first full-time teaching gig. Um, cool. Beckering. That was a nice pickup. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna shout out Nate. I think he's Morera. Guy's a dog. Another one of those guys who's both ends of the floor. Um, he's he's nice. He's a guy that I hate playing against. So no, he's gonna have a nice season. He got the call, was it 3 years ago? He filled in for someone who pieced out. Won't name any names there, but yeah, his first actual rookie season coming in, well, he's gonna be good.
I coached him in high school, and he
Yeah,
was one of our best players when we played back then. So
right
he's
on.
always been a good player. So
Right on.
That's great. There's a lot of good rookie talent coming in. Like it's a pretty good rookie class.
Mhm.
So it'll yeah, definitely add a spark to some teams where individuals are able to maybe pick up a few of those and maybe some unknowns.
Who was I? I was texting Justin the other day saying I wish I was a GM this season and with pick swaps because you
Yeah.
could make a team all of rookies, get them one round too late, and just coast because there's going to be some guys that fall too far, I think. I think Bo's one of those guys. I think he's a little bit rusty, you could tell in the preseason scrimmy, but you can see the athleticism there. You can see what he's going to be capable of if he can find that consistency again. So um, yeah, he's going to be sweet, I think.
first thing he texted me after his first game was, "Man, am I out of shape?" I was like, "You shot the ball well." He's like, "Yeah, but I can't run." So he's got to get that back too. But
How do you know Bo?
like Jordan Moden.
Oh no, I
No,
was meaning
different
Oh, I think
guys.
you said
Bo.
Bodes.
No, Bo
Oh, my bad. I thought you
Boosby.
said Bodes because we
No,
call him Bodes. That's his nickname,
okay,
so it sounds similar
all good. I thought he shot all right, man. Yeah, he shot well, but yeah, the cardio takes a bit to get back.
for sure.
Cool, cool. Um, alrighty. There's a few more rookies there, but we'll save them for another day. Let's get into breakout years next. So which returning guy do you think is due for a big season? Kind of break out from the mold that they've been or the box they've been put in last season. Um, Justin, we'll start with you for this one.
Yeah, thought a bit about this one, and at first I thought it was just kind of an eye test thing. I thought when I looked at the numbers, it wouldn't feel the same. But actually looking at their numbers, I kind of stick to it firm. Is the same guy kind of called me out last year is Carter. All right. I think he's due a big one. All right. It seems like he goes through the highs of highs and the lows of lows a little bit. And I think after, 11 points a game last year, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists a game, he's pretty solid year. But I think, well, I know Carter has more in the tank than that. So I think this year will be kind of a redemption year for him and come back and show that he is that top talent kind of guy. So
Yeah. I think he's going to go too late in the draft this year. People are
yeah.
scared of that inconsistency, and when he comes in with that chip on his shoulder after going 0-9, falling to the fourth round, maybe, who knows? Like he's gonna come ready to ball.
He's gonna be scary, man.
Where do you think he ends up going, Kendall?
He it's tough because you're not seeing him in the preseason because he did break his finger in our gym class hero stuff. He broke his finger playing football. Got like
Dangerous game.
dusty, cracked his ribs. So yeah, it's a it's a tough one. But I currently on my draft board, and I would take him sooner, but in my conversations, I actually have Carter falling to the fourth round. So I do think he belongs in that kind of early third, mid third this year, I'd say.
Mhm.
But I think he falls to the fourth, so we'll see.
Some crazy value. Somebody's gonna get a stud there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think like to me, the draft this year is won in rounds 3 and 4. It's who you pick in those 2 rounds. I think there's going to be some crazy steals early round 4. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Spack, who you got for breakout season?
Two names I kind of kept going back to. One is Carson Barch. I think like he's a guy he's been a top talent in the past. He's always been able to create his own shot. He has that sort of nose for the rim and wants to score. But being another year older, maybe a little bit wiser, maybe working in the team system a little bit more. I could see big things out of him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be a top five guy in the league. Um, and then Big Dan's the other one. I mean, he's the obvious one where he's been so good every single game that he's played, but he just keeps getting better. And his finesse now around the rim is not those hard banks right off the backboard, just trying to muscle it in. He's got some soft touch. He's turning over both shoulders right now. It's pretty cool to see. And with another year where he can keep developing those skills, getting those reps. He's a guy that you just have to ask, like, how do you stop him? So I think he's due for a breakout too, take another giant step.
Yeah. Yeah, that was who I had on my list. He's hungry. Missed last season due to injury. Absolute unit. And like you said, getting that finesse. I think the biggest change during Legacy was going from he kind of did his 360 no scope where he'd like be shooting before he squared up. Whereas now he's like, I'm big enough and strong enough. I'm going to square up, take my time, and just dump it on over top of you. Uh, the confidence, the handles, he's starting to dribble the ball a little bit, and no, he's actually terrifying. I think he's the guy that I least look forward to playing against this year, just because I know what kind of battle it's going to be. So. Big
Absolutely.
fan. Yeah. Dusty, who you got?
The one that came to mind for me was Kloss.
Okay. Yeah.
And mainly because those Tuesday night runs, whenever I played with him, I felt like every time he touched the ball, he scored, he got someone else a good look. I know he doesn't play a ton, but I feel like if he stays on the floor long enough, like he could be a double double guy every night easily.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then go ahead.
No, I was just saying I agree with that. He's going to be a dog.
Yeah, he'll be good. And then the other one's Jace. I played Jace at the Y. Like I haven't played him in a long time, but I feel like last season he was good, but I think he could be a top three, like a Chad. Like he's just so talented with that little jumper and stuff, and he's so strong finishing at the hoop. Like I think he could. He just has to be more selfish. I think.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I was talking with Spack about that, I think the other day of between Jason, Chad, who you taking? And I said, I'm taking Chad just because I know that he's going to go and get buckets when he has to, whereas Jace tends to facilitate maybe a little bit more.
Yeah,
And Jace doesn't have to when he gets going, he's unstoppable when he plays inside. Man.
yeah, 100%.
Cool, cool. I don't know if I have anyone else that I want to add to that list. Um, I'd like to see I'd like to see Ezra come consistent this year. We've seen games, right, especially before he was going off to Cape and Ray. I think he was just subbing, but he dropped, I don't know, 30 points a game for 2 or 3 games before he took off. But we haven't seen consistent scoring from him. So I'm looking forward to seeing him put a full season together. Hopefully he gets drafted to his bros team and they can have some fun together. But we'll see if someone like Tim decides to take Ezra in the second, so that doesn't happen. Anyone else there? I feel like Mike Niebuhr is another guy who could take a big jump. I think he just didn't get the possessions he needed last year. Like he was playing with Chad and Billy this year or this preseason game and went for was it 17 and 17 or so, like just under 20. Um, you get him the ball. He's tough to stop. He has that little kind of short corner jumper. He gets after the boards and put back. So I think he's due for a big season now, getting a second season into the or second run at the show. So yeah.
He's a guy
He's
I'd
so
love to see
long.
play with Billy, actually, like a true like great facilitating guard like that, and someone who would know to get him going kind of idea. I think that would be like a lot of fun to see. So
So if you want to see that, let's just get Surface drafted in the first round, and then Billy and can pick up Mike there in the second.
he's got to draft himself though, right?
Well, he drafts himself at 11, and then he could draft Mike at 12.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Cool, cool. Let's see. Let's get into Prairie Winds facilities. So I guess Spack, you were the only one to play the other day. Um, how we feeling about the gym? How we feeling about the hardwood, all that jazz?
Well, I've never sweat like the sweat that I had at the end of our run. Must have been 40 degrees in there. But I know that was just for the day. That gym's awesome. It's they're fortunate to have that facility. Being back on hardwood is great. It's just for myself, I know we kind of were saying different things on this one, Kendall, but for myself, like at the end of these games when you're running on hardwood, I feel like your body just doesn't take as much punishment.
Mhm.
Uh, like I feel pretty fresh at the end of those games. Whereas running on the sport court, you just feel like you're getting beat up every step. Um, so I'm excited. It's yeah, it's an amazing facility. Maybe we'll have to chill out a little bit on the sound effects on the scoreboard. Other than that, I mean, it's all positives.
Cool, cool. Yeah, there's maybe a few too many distractions there, so we'll make sure that we get that under control.
Yeah, I
Do they
think
do that for the high school games?
I don't know that they do.
So
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
wild.
Yeah, I don't think that they would be allowed to. Maybe the odd time it would come out, but I don't think they would be allowed to.
We didn't have that when I was coaching
Okay,
there. We didn't have any of the sound effects.
got it. Yeah.
the other thing about shift is the games at shift. It seems like everybody who's come in there their first season, they've kind of struggled to shoot. It's hard to get your depth perception there. Judging by, say, some of the rookies that were in the runs that we saw last week, there wasn't that same struggle. They were shooting pretty pure. I know, like Mike Johansson hit quite a few threes. Wyatt was on fire.
Mhm.
It seems like maybe the shooting percentages might be going up a little bit this year in that gym, just with more of a traditional court and the depth perception side. So I think that's something that'll be interesting to monitor through the year.
Yeah, mid-season, if you're someone who's like, I really want to get on the panel and I just got to bring something to catch their attention, uh, take a close look at shooting percentage last year or last 4 years and this year, and bring some cool information to the panel, and we'll get you on because that'd be interesting to see.
Hmm.
I think it just felt like there was so much more space on the court. And I know that court, like I've walked it out, it's basically the same length as the sport court, but just with having so much more room around, it feels so open and feels like you got room to move and to breathe a little bit, which is nice. Um, it was much cooler when I was there this week. I think when we were there it was only like 24 degrees, which playing ball is hot, but we were sweating buckets. But when I was in there today, let's say it was like 20.5 or something like that. Like when you're not playing, it was chilly. So
Yeah.
I'm sure.
One nice thing with a new court is it seems like kind of what you said, Adam, about like rookie struggle with it is the lines at shift. Where
Mm.
like the red lines, everyone sees the white line just inside of it and they think that's the outline. And so we like I know the first season was really bad for like it was like every game there'd be two or three out of bounds, just guys dribbling past the line. And then obviously like it's more just rookies at this point, but people won't have that in the school just because there's a lot thicker, obvious black line. And there's a lot less just lines in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that it's less lines. It's just way smarter lines. Like the
Okay. It
coloring,
feels like less.
the coloring at Shift is mind blowing. That you would do your main basketball court in red. It, yeah, that was, I don't know. That was an interesting choice. I think it's more so just the choice. And yes, the at Prairie Winds you have the thick line, so that makes a difference. But I think it would be the same number of lines. So yeah, it's crazy.
Hmm.
It's not even rookies. I stepped out of bounds last year, but I'm still at shift. I played there 3 seasons. It's just hard to get used to.
Oh man, fun stuff. Cool. With the new facility, let's make sure we're taking good care of it. Make sure we're keeping that thing clean. Hopefully, we can ditch our custodian fee at some point down the road, because we'd save a lot of money if we could ever do that. Also, those toilets, flush them for a long time. They are not very good toilets, not a lot of water pressure. I think I had to flush, I want to say 4 toilets before we left yesterday or on Sunday. So hold the thing down for a good 4 seconds, let it get down, and then I don't got to worry about that. Oh man. Oh, also, I'll ask you guys actually, especially with my commissioners here. Um, what should the fee be for players who leave stuff? Because lost and found at shift was easy. I just left it there, put it on a stack, and then they could find it eventually. But this is different. That stuff's going to disappear. So at the end of the day, if we bring stuff home, how much do guys have to pay to get it back? And then we use that money to go for a nice keg dinner, just the three of us. What do you think's a reasonable price?
Just auction it off back into the group chat.
I like that idea. I think,
Looking for a new Yeti water bottle, so hopefully somebody leaves it.
oh man. But jokes aside, fee is coming. I already had two things, and if there's another two this week, I think I'm gonna come down with a certain fine for it because
Hmm.
it's just we got a lot of other things that commissioners have to deal with. We don't want to have to be hauling around your dirty laundry. So, um, cool. Let's get into the draft. So again, for rookies, don't really understand how it's going. This year's a no pick swaps. So we just had our snake draft. GMs chose through a lottery where they got to pick. And come draft night, they'll just pick an order. Now they might make trades, they might have trades lined up already. But for you guys, what are we thinking? So I know SPAC, you probably don't want to say a ton, but Justin, you've GM'd before, you've had some success. Looking at the list, what's your strategy going into this draft if you were a GM?
It's hard because I've GM'd where you have the set draft picks, and it really feels like it comes down to that lottery. So because you can't influence where your picks are, it's hard to have a specific strategy. 'Cause it's like, if I really want, like you said, like if I'm really focused on the third and fourth round, I can trade and move things to have more picks in the right area to be able to influence that. So I found for me, without swaps, it was harder to have a plan. The biggest thing is like collecting information. Like usually by draft night, you know the entire first round and then a fair bit of the second round of what's going to happen. So if you can kind of get your guaranteed first couple guys, and then I guess for myself, like picking myself in the fifth round always, I have a later guy. I know like that pick is set. So then it was more like how do I make my first picks or my like third or fourth picks work together, right? Like if I know there's gonna be a lot of big guys in the fourth round, do I want to pick two big guys in my first and second kind of idea? So for me, it's kind of like knowing the guarantees in your first round or two, who can you get later on to kind of complement that?
Yep. No, that makes a lot of sense. Dusty, any thoughts? You've hinted at maybe a GM run at some point. So well, what are you seeing when you see this list?
Yeah, I don't know. My biggest thing, I think I've talked to you about this before, but it's all like guys you like for me, it'd be guys I want to play with that I kind of played with before. I've seen play that would be fun to play with because I feel like that chemistry is important.
Hmm.
Like I felt with that this past season with Chad's team, like I hadn't played with anyone on the court except for Chad before. And we struggled really badly to start. Like it was a tough just to get things rolling. And then it took 3 games to finally figure each other out.
Hmm.
And we lost two of our first three, right? So then you're kind of already behind.
Yeah.
So if I was drafted, it would be like guys I'm familiar with. I know how they play. I know what to expect, that kind of thing. But at the same time, lots of guys I want to play with are GMs. So that'd make it tough for me too.
That's fair. Yeah. SPAC, you want to share any insight to maybe throw other GMs off or
Yeah, this specific draft is tough without the swaps. It's kind of just take what comes to you, and there's so much talent in this league for this season. Um, as you guys mentioned, like normally previous seasons, you kind of know who the first round's going to be. You can put that in pen exactly who it's going to be for the first round. I don't know that that's true. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 guys that you could lock in, maybe. But after that, there's probably 15 guys that you could talk into that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spot, depending on where you're picking yourself. If
Mhm.
you're somebody say like a Melnichuk that's picking himself in the second round, right? Like that first pick is important. You need somebody that's going to be able to be a 1-2 combo with you because now you're taking that on that you guys are going to be the probably the primary options. But then knowing what's going to happen in round three, are you going to get your big in round three? Are you getting, another score? Does that change what you're doing for Matt? It's interesting. I don't know from about 6 to 28. I think you could interchange those almost all those names.
Yeah, I think that's very accurate up to 28 there. Um, I think I would say the top seven picks up until your picks back. I think I'm pretty confident in who I think should go there. I don't know that it will, but I think I'm confident in who I think should. But then after that, it's pretty wide open. And I think kind of what you were saying, Dusty, so much of it comes down to chemistry because if we're saying that anyone could go from 8 to 23, say, well, it doesn't matter who you pick skill wise as long as they fit who you get later or who you get before, right? So that chemistry and guys that are willing to play together. Now I did have a thought last season last season we didn't have any true scores, right? And we were able to win it. I think we brought in so many scorers this year that you are going to need some true scorers on your team. You are going to need someone who can get buckets, or at least I'd say probably three guys who are able to put up 20, 20 any given night. Um, yeah, I think that's going to be big this year, getting points on the board because there's a lot of guys who can score.
Don't let Kendall fool you, GMs. Kendall's just trying to lower his spot in the draft. Every year he does this. If you're new to this, this is all fallacies. All right, top three pick every year.
On that note, though, your I look at that list and you need some deadly shot makers early on. There's a lot of shot takers, a lot of guys that are going to put up 20, but on what efficiency? And that's a reason I think a guy like Zach has to go early. Your Tristan's efficient, right? Um, I think that some of those guys have to go very early this year, because you can get your size later on, right? There's so many bigs this year. If you wait till the third round, you're not in trouble. Um, there's, I've got, mm, I'd say there's going to be at least one or two bigs that fall to the fourth round as well that you could get away with being your go-to big, as long as you pair them with a Matty Maines with like a solid four-man who can guard the bigs. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Any other thoughts on strategy coming in? Generally, I'll say historically, you got to have some rookies, at least one, but I would say two or three leads to success because you get them around later. Um, and that's going to be easy to do this year with how many rookies we got coming in. Cool. All right, let's move on then. Let's get personal. Any personal goals for this season? Anything that you're looking to do with your game? You're looking to grow, you're looking to develop in. SPAC, start us off, man.
Personal goals for myself. Oh boy. Um, I guess I'll start from the GM side. Just have to have a winning record. We got to be above 500, and that's number one. So that's the only thing we're focused on,
Nice.
and finishing the season with a W.
So finishing the season with a W. Um, looking at last season, I just noticed it the other day, but I was pretty happy. Let me just see real quick. Standings, regular season. I don't know if you guys can see if we'll see that. So starting at the bottom there, we had streak of L9. So poor Carter's team, 9 losses. But then we have SPAC 5 losses. Cobb 1, Tropics 1, Frozen Grizzlies 1, Bars Buckets 1, Riders 2, Surf Squad 1, Chad's 1. So all in the Al column. And then look at them Weasels there with a big 8-game win streak to finish
Light eight
the
games.
season. Let's go.
Unreal.
I can talk that trash because I'm not GM this year, so I don't gotta worry about it coming back to me.
It's a nice shirt you have there, Kendall.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I got one similar to that actually.
Yeah, let's
Actually,
go.
yeah.
Oh man, I love it. Sorry, guys, had to do it. I forgot what we were talking about there. Goals, yeah, SPAC. So as a GM, finish with a win. Finish 500. How about personally? What are you looking for?
Uh, I think take care of the ball more. I had some games last year. I had a lot of turnovers, flirting with double-digit turnovers in one game. So I think that's definitely something that's been a focus to the end of last season and then going into this season. I think the other ones that I really want to work on are just looking at my average for rebounds have gone up over the last 2 seasons, and just to increase those again. I think I need to rebound more, something where I get lazy there, and then see my assist numbers go up a little bit as well. I think that's something that I can do well.
Across the board. Big season coming, man.
I think scoring can stay the same. I don't need to be the number one option. We got two other guys that'll be ahead of me on that list, so make them do their jobs.
Yeah, you're in a deadly spot for this draft. Picking yourself in the third round, another solid guy who can score, but getting 2 studs in front of you. Like, you're sitting pretty good. Dusty, what's your goals?
Um, I don't know. I'd kind of piggyback off SPAC too. I should rebound more too. I think I've had the luxury of playing with Cam Hall and Ross Becker in the last 2 seasons. So literally, as soon as a shot goes up, they just tell me just leak. Like, 'cause I like to leak all the time,
Yeah.
which works in some capacity. Then teams start figuring it out and they get back, and then it's kind of they give it up offensive rebounds and stuff. So I think I could rebound more depending who I'm playing with, I guess. And then I would say assists as well. Like I think last season with Chad, I was a little better with that because we were kind of the two primary ball handlers. So I told Chad he shouldn't sub. Whenever he subbed, I had to bring the ball up, right? So then I was getting a little bit more assists that way. But I think just working on that. Obviously, I shoot the ball a lot, but maybe that one extra swing pass to the corner, if you got a guy there that can knock it down, then that's a better look than a contested three from the wing. You get the wide open one in the corner. So I try to look for that more, I'd say.
That's fair. It's tough when you shoot a good percentage though, because often that shot is the better shot. Like if you mathematically look at it, often that you shooting that is going to be the better shot. But
Sure. Yeah, and I think it depends who you play with too. Like it sounds bad, but you have a guy that you maybe haven't played with before. He historically is not a great shooter. He's wide open in the corner. Like I should just take the shot, but I don't want to be selfish that way. If Spack's in the corner, I'm throwing it to him.
mhm. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not throwing it to him. I'm not
You
throwing
won't.
this back.
We've gone over this. I cannot shoot if Kendall's the last person to touch the ball before I touch it.
Hey, you hit one, a jumper. It took you 4 dribbles after I passed it to you, but we're counting that. Curse is broken. You have permission to draft me, and we'll have a good season.
He literally told me I'm not allowed to draft him before we started that game together.
No, if you draft me, we'll meet at the Y, and we'll just 2 hours of me passing it to you, so you get used to it, and then we'll be golden. Yeah. Conrad, any goals?
Yeah, you know, this is my third time winning, and the last two times I've won the league, I've ended up dead last the next season. So from a team perspective, not dead last. We're bringing the bar down a little bit from last year. Just wanna get to the playoffs a little bit potentially. That'd be nice. Kind of tired of the feast or famine that my career in the CMDBL has been. Uh, Other than that, though, personal goal wise, I think getting back to like the beginning of the season where I feel like I was running out a lot more, and then Legacy is running a lot more. And I feel like I got a little lazier by the end of the season. And so I think for me, it's just kind of having that drive. Like I think I shot pretty good last year. I don't think that was an issue, but I think I just started to settle for that. It's like I'll just, go slow up the court, go to the corner, wait for the ball to come to me from you, or Kyle from the inside, and then I'll just take the outside shot. So just try to run it more, get the fast breaks, get back on defense faster, all that kind of hustle stuff.
Yeah, was it coming into Legacy? I've never seen you run so hard those first two preseason scrimmages. I
Yeah,
loved it. You were going ham.
I was giving it.
Yeah, no, that was good to see. And then through Legacy playing D, like we put you on Van de Green, we put you on some tough matchups and seeing you do battle. Yeah, it was fun to watch, fun to see you change your game a little bit. So that was
Yeah,
sweet.
trying not to be such a liability on the defensive end for once, So yeah.
Yeah, cool, cool. Mm, goals for me. Oh, one more comment there, Justin, saying like not aiming to win necessarily, but to make playoffs. Um, the right after winning, the drive, I feel like just isn't isn't
Isn't
there for
it?
me. So like last season, after coming into last season, after quite a few losses, Legacy did not go well for me coming in as a GM again, I was like, I gotta go this season, right? And so you got so much pressure on yourself, and you're in the gym getting shots up. And this summer, I haven't really done anything because it's just like whatever, right? You got your championship, you can relax for a season or two, and then try to get another one in a couple of years. But on that note, one goal, to average two threes made per game. That's my goal. So if you're drafting me, no, I'm taking shots until I get that second three. Maybe one day it takes three shots. Maybe one day it takes 15 shots. But my goal, average two made threes per game. I didn't hit that average in my first preseason game. I was pretty disappointed. But that is the goal.
I like that.
Yeah. And I say it every year that I want to shoot more threes, but this year I wanted to put a specific action item on it because I know that my body's getting older. I know that I got to start finding other ways to get that ball in the bucket. And for me, I think it's got to be that outside shot. So it's coming. Cool. Let's maybe move into some hot takes here. Um, Dusty, any hot takes for the upcoming season?
I don't know, man. I would look at that one. I kind of had a tough time. I don't want to, make anyone mad or put a target on my back or anything like that. But
Boo.
I think a positive one I had is, and then Spec kind of talked about. I do think that I don't know what happened last year with your team Spec, but the record didn't show that you the team that you had. So I think if you draft similar to what you did, I think your record would be quite a bit better. I think you just lost a lot of close games. So I would say my hot take would be that Spac's team finishes in the top five.
Okay.
That's a positive one.
Yeah, I don't like that hot take. Not
I
that it's
just want
not
to
gonna
remind you
happen.
that
I just say I don't like that hot take. I think it's lame.
yeah, I want to remind you before we press record here, you were looking forward to how much smack you're going to talk about me. So,
You gotta let them not expect what's coming next, right?
yeah.
Come
All
back to me. I'll think of a negative one.
Yeah,
right, I'll
yeah. You
draft you
gotta
eighth
you gotta
overall
call
next.
someone out, put some fire under someone.
Okay, come
I'll
back
I'll
to me.
set the example. Kristen Layton, not gonna be a first team all-star. So he's gonna get drafted top three. Based on last season, he belongs to that top three. Tristan, you get way too much love on this panel chat. You are not going to be a first team All Star this year. Um, it's just not happening. You're not ready. Not ready.
Hot take. Oh, we can't go negative on negative. So I'm gonna go positive. I think I think in this gym, it was a pretty close battle last year for the 3-point contest for who had the most made during the regular season. And there was a few that were kind of watching that week to week. Um, Dusty was up there. I was up there. Conrad, you were the most efficient 3-point shooter. I think coming back after injury, like you were over 50% for your efficiencies in like all but one game. But then Tony really turned it on with his shot making. My hot take is in this gym, Tony is gonna win it again this year. He's gonna have the most 3 points made. And he's going to have, I wrote down my notes 15, but I'm going to up it to 20. He's going to have 20 more than the person in second place.
Oof.
It's a huge number. Holy
How much?
20.
Hey, that sounds like a huge number. Let's look at last season. I was at 34. Dustin was at 38. Anthony Pitcher was at 51. He already beat us by 13.
That's crazy.
Didn't he hit 9 in the last game though?
He had 9 last game, and that's
Yeah.
what he can do. That's what he can do. I think in this gym, he is going to be 20 more than the second place person.
That's crazy. It's possible. I think, yeah, Chad absolutely shot the lights out. What did he go? He made 10 threes on like 73% from three or something. It was atrocious. Just insane to be able to do that. But
Yeah, Chad last year, 28 made threes.
crazy. Conrad, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's hard because I feel like most of my takes are pretty just standard expectations, or they're just kind of rude. I just don't like being rude to people. But I guess, I'll say, I've historically said I wouldn't bet against the Billy Justin combo. But in saying that, I'm gonna say if Billy and Justin on our team this year, I don't think they're a top five team. Like I think they're a bottom half team.
Nice.
I think I don't know who else comes after that. I just think that's not the right draft. And I think and maybe I just want to tear them apart. I think maybe I just want to see them play with against each other for once. Maybe it's more personal, but that's just my takes.
I love that. I love that you just said that.
I agree. I'd like to see Billy and Justin. I'd like to see Kendall and Mike play against each other, like the duos that are play together every season. It'd be cool to see them actually go up against each other for once.
Like Jackson and Levi.
Yeah, them too. Well, yeah.
I want to see that matchup.
I think Levi could get in Jackson's head with his talk if he wanted to.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Any other hot takes? Dusty, did you come up with another one?
I no, no, I got nothing. I don't like SPACs. I take offense to that.
Nice.
But he's right. Tony did like crush us in that last year. And actually, I wasn't even watching that until SPAC told me. I think the second last week, he's like, "Me and you are like tied." So I was like, "Oh, I got to chuck a bit more." But then Tony hit 9, so it didn't really matter.
Matter. Crazy. Hit 9, but then didn't they lose?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Just tough.
Um, Isaiah Klemic. Does he catch a body this year? He almost went on lane. Oh, that was fun to see. I haven't seen him rise up and decide to end someone's life like that before. So to see him try it, I was excited.
If he
Think
can,
I,
if he can be improve his efficiency, he would be so good, so good. Like just more to the rim.
yeah,
He's such an athletic guy.
Yeah, he was up
I
there.
think he's going to be borderline a top 10 guy this year. I think he's coming in motivated. You saw it in flashes last year when he wants to be aggressive, when he's got somebody in his ear just telling him like, be the man, be a dog, get to the rim, and he just like goes full steam. He's pretty dangerous. Um, but when he gets a little passive or timid in his takes, he's not as effective. It's the amount of times that you would see him at the rim and then, choose a little finger roll, and he's got it right there. If he chooses to, he can be a top 10 guy.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Any last hot takes that I want to mention? No, I think I'm good with that. Alrighty, let's do some CMDL most likely to. So I don't know if you guys have something to write on, or if you just want to say it, up to you. But if you have something to write on, that'd be great. I'll give you the situation, and then you got about, I don't know, 10 seconds to write down who you think will be that person. Going to start off straightforward. Who will be the first to go for a 40-point game uh, in the regular season? We already had one in the preseason. That doesn't count. First 40-point game in the regular season. Who's most likely? Go ahead and show those. What do we got?
Can you see that?
Chad, and Billy. Right on.
I
Why
think
you
he's gonna
giving
kick
him
a
some love? You brought him down. You got to keep him down, man.
It's one of those. I think if he sees this, he's gonna be mad, and then he's gonna swear to show me what's up, that it doesn't matter who's on his team, and then he's gonna drop 40 in the first game.
Cool.
Well, I think Justin, he's just assuming that Circus isn't going to be on Billy's team. So Billy's going to be better and he'll get 40.
Right, of course.
That's fair. Yeah, I think those two are good options. I could see Casco going for a nice one early on too, playing in a hardwood floor again. I think he's gonna like it, but those are two good choices. Let's go. Let's talk about technical fouls though. So changing that up a little bit this year. Um, we have kind of soft tech, CMDL tech or whatever, and then a regular tech. So CMDL is basically um, the guy who's been he mentions three times to a ref about a call. He says, and one once. He says, come on, ref, the next one. And the third time he says, you got to start calling something, right? Like just those little kind of nagging comments that would never get a technical in a regular game of ball. We're hitting those up with our CMDL Tech 1 to try to just start snapping that in the butt and taking care of the little stuff while we can. So I see those, I think last year, and I would say we probably should have had 10 of those 10 of those last year. They should be more common to try to get on that. So the question then is, who's the first one to receive one of those technicals? You receive two of those in a season. One's not a huge deal. There is a consequence, whatever. We'll talk about that later. But the second one, you would still get a game suspension, so you don't want that second one. So who you guys got for that?
Yes.
I hope we could say the same thing, Spack.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
Justin, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead, show them. Austin, Lane, and
I needed three. Billy, Levi, and Austin. It's gonna
Oh,
be
so
one
we
of
did say the same thing.
there we go. Right on. Cool. Yeah, again, emphasizing culture. When we had our ref meeting, lots of conversation about that. How do we continue to build rather? Generally, your culture will go down over time if you're not committed to it, right? And so our goal, come up with a couple ways that we can continue to build that. Um, Another kind of on that lines is fouling out at 5 fouls instead of 6 fouls. Just to try to be a little bit smarter. I know with 6, I had times where I was like, I got a foul to give, so I'm going to use it. So taking that down one. So that's next question then. Who is the first person to foul out this season?
First one to foul out.
yeah.
Never raced it.
We got Lane, we got Dusty. Have you ever fouled out Dusty and Troy? Oh, Troy could have a tough time. He could have
I,
to take that 5.
Troy probably 4 times last season had 4 fouls in the first quarter.
So
He comes out aggressive.
he must have completely changed though. So because when I looked at or like for second, third, fourth quarters, he must have changed because I went through all of the game sheets. Um,
Yeah.
if it was foul out of 5, I think we only had one maybe foul out. Maybe two. Maybe one didn't show up on there because I remember a different one. But Lane he would have fouled out, I think like 7 times, like just about every game he would have fouled out. And then myself and a couple others would have fouled out, I think 2 times. And then a couple others would have been just the one foul out. So it wouldn't have been too many. And often Lane said the same thing. He kind of uses fouls as he needs. So I think that 5 fouls is going to take away a little bit of that chippiness. But yeah, gonna have to be aware of it.
Nice.
I was one foul away from fouling out 3 games. That's why I put myself.
Interesting. That must not have shown up then.
It was always Tim coming to me, just under his breath. Hey, Dusty, you got 5. And I'm like, ooh, I gotta chill back here a little bit.
Chill out. Yeah. I took in that finals, I just about cooked myself. I took, I think, 3 dumb fouls that I should not have taken, and yeah, it almost backfired, but we got through. All right, next one. Who's most likely to trash talk and then get absolutely cooked? All righty, who we got there, guys? Billy. Alan, nice. And back.
Fallon, I
Back, you-
only say because he's gonna trash talk Tristan because I'm gonna hype him up to do it. And there's just a chance that Tristan, if he gets that look in his eye, he might have to give it to Fallon a little bit.
Good stuff. Spack, do you talk much trash? I don't know if I ever hear you talking trash.
I'll say little things to the guys that I'm close with, and
To me, he
then I'll
does.
say a lot to Dusty. And immediately after the games, I'll send him clips of him blowing by me. So it's happened quite a few times.
I always question what rookies think of me early on because pickup as well as our preseason games, I'm generally a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more just having fun. So like when I hit that 3 on Patty's head, I'm smacking him on the head and stuff. And it's like everyone in the league who's been around knows that I don't hit threes. So like it's not thing that's going to happen very often. But I always maybe I shouldn't do that when it's rookies seeing that. But regular season that doesn't come out too often. All right, we got 2 or 3 more here. Throw some shade for this one. Who's most likely to blow a wide open layup?
Well, I don't like being mean to people.
Hmm.
The last 1 or 2 will be good ones, Dusty.
All right.
Conrad.
This was really bad last year. That was the issue with me trying to run, is I couldn't hit a layup, and I realized it's been a
Oh
long game.
man, there was a few painful ones.
There was a few painful.
I'm putting Troy again for this one, but only because of what we said while watching him warm up for the last game. I was talking him up. We're watching him do their layup lines, and I watched him blow 2 consecutive left-hand layups in the layup lines. So until he proves me wrong, it's Troy's.
And who do we got here? Lance. Ooh, Lance. That's okay.
So
He
we,
just shoots threes anyways.
well, when he was on my team before he got traded last season, there was 3 or 4 times where I got a steal and I threw it up to him. I'm like, God, nice assist. Blows it. I'm like, no. I'm like, Lance, come on, man. Like, I get this assist up here. Uh,
Um, yeah, Troy had a solid first outing though, eh?
I didn't even see his stats. What did he finish with?
Yeah, I thought he was 20-ish.
Yeah, like 21 or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was finishing definitely better than last season. Um, remember that All-Star game? Oh, he had a tough showing. He couldn't find it, but played some great defense at least. 42%, 42%. Threes brought him down, but 10 for 24 overall, so not too bad. 21 points. Um, high rating of 11. Yeah, no, he had a solid outing.
Oh yeah, he's a
Cool.
solid player. He's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, both ends. There's getting to be a decent number of guys that want to play both ends, that want to actually play defense, which is nice. Okay, let's go last one actually. Let's go most likely to be MVP this season.
Hmm.
Who we got, guys? Justin had Jerry. We got Jace. Spack, who you got? Jerry getting the love.
I
Right
had
on.
Jace and erased it and put Jerry. To me, Jerry has just been so consistent every single year. And he's got it. We'll see where he goes. But I think he could be on a pretty good team this year, depending where he goes.
He's also shooting the ball really well right now. Like that summer slam, he hit a ton of threes, and if he's able to like stat stuff, assists, rebounds, and then even more scoring with shooting, it's going to be hard to anyone's because you see so few teams now. Like you're even stay for an extra game or whatever, you're not going to see as many teams as often. So I think Jerry can just have like that one big game against you. You're going to remember that kind of idea. Or if you just look at the stats after games, you're just going to see huge numbers from him every single game.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say too, like if he shoots it well, because there's so like Kendall was saying earlier, there's a lot of big guys, right? And Jerry makes his money getting the offensive boards and putbacks. When you got like Dan and Niavor and those guys in there, it makes it a lot harder. But if Jerry shoots the ball well, for sure, like he's hard to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been shooting with confidence lately, so he's yeah, I think he's a good shot for that. Um, with all the bigs we got, I I feel like a team's got to do what we did and go with two bigs early on, and then see what happens later in the draft just to get that mismatch. To get, say it's like with Kyle and I, you one of us would have say Jerry on him, you pull Jerry out, and then the other one gets some mismatches. I would like to see a squad. If you draft me, I wouldn't mind being on that squad again. That's fun. I like it.
The big thing with a team like that, you need to have people who are willing to get the ball into them in the
Mm,
paint, right? Like that was only effective because I think only because we like moved the ball around pretty well. Like Greeno was really good at finding you guys low. And then when it moved to the wings, we try to find you guys low. We definitely played inside to out, you
yep,
know. A lot of teams that draft like last year for like Nibor, like we were talking about, he just doesn't get the touches kind of idea. If that happens in the same scenario with you on that team as well, then it doesn't really work out. But
yep, absolutely. Good point. Cool. Couple last things to mention, and then we'll kind of do closing thoughts. So, one new thing we talked about our technical fouls or 5 foul out limit. We are planning to bring in some outside refs this year for the first season. So we got a couple of guys. Tim had reached out to Saboa to see if there's a couple that want to come in. Be nice to just have a few to take off the load um, of our guys. Our guys get tired. It's fun to just show up and play sometimes, not to have to ref every day. So let's welcome them to the league. When you guys see someone you haven't seen refing, welcome them, make them feel part of the league. Let's build into them as well, because I think it's for our long-term survival. I do think we need to have some of that in here. So. Feedback form, one new thing I'm adding here. I'll just open it up real quick. Share, desktop, share. Cool. You guys see that screen?
yep.
Yeah.
All right, so on our league website, if you're ever interested, by all means, hit it up. Go on our CMDL history, see our previous champions, award winners, all that stuff. It's fun to see. But on our first page there, obviously our cornerstones. On the bottom here, we have a league form. So if you want to recommend new guys for the league, I know sometimes people think of someone and then forget when it's time to recommend. So if you want to do that at any time, you can do that. Provide referee feedback. So if you feel that there's a referee that just something is off, something's not quite there. Maybe they're just not getting up and down the floor as much as you would like to see. Like do it in a reasonable way, but this is an opportunity for you to share some feedback if you feel that's necessary. Comment on player issues. So for refs, this is where they will, if they had an issue with a certain player, that's where they will bring their feedback to, as well as just general league feedback. So rather than doing at the end of the season, where we have that forum, just at any point, if you're like, oh, that'd be kind of a cool addition, that'd be a cool thing to do, click that link, hop in there, pick which one you're doing. I'll get an email every time someone enters it, and be just kind of a ongoing conversation rather than one off. Um, cool. And then lastly, sponsor shout outs. So our sponsors for this season, we got Five Sons Transloading, so that's Austin Murray. We got JF Murray Farms, that's all also Austin. Austin, thanks for bringing those guys on. Tim Whitehead, brought on. Usually it's Focus Realty, but he's in the works of kind of adjusting what that name is. But Tim, thanks for coming on. We got Precision Ledger Solutions, so Maddie Maines, been an ongoing sponsor. Devin Wanup, ongoing sponsor as well with Wanup Wealth Management. Vanderstool Pollinating coming in strong again, and Jordan Ryder at Primerica. So a lot of these names we've said every single season. Thanks a ton to you guys. Again, we couldn't do it without you. Yeah, love it. If you're interested in coming on as a sponsor, don't hesitate to reach out and we'll try to make something work. Cool. Any closing thoughts? Any last thing you guys want to say before we shut down for the night?
I'm gonna give a guarantee right now. You can write this down. I bet you, no matter what the draft goes, no matter who is on whatever team, Carter gets more wins this year. All right, I'm calling it right now. All right, I'm willing to stand by that one.
Nice.
Written down.
Yeah, take those receipts.
Dusty, anything?
I'm just hoping I can play, man. I haven't touched a basketball in almost a month. Just like you said earlier, I cracked those ribs trying to be a hero in flag football. So I haven't touched a basketball in 4 weeks. So if GMs want to take note of that, it might be a little rusty to start off. But doctor said I'd give it another week and I can try it out next week. So I'm gonna give it a rip and see how it goes. But
Cool.
just praying I can play.
Right on. You been able to do a push up yet?
Wall push up.
Okay. With
So
pain?
working. Yeah.
Still pain?
Well, no pain with the wall push up. So I'm supposed to get up to jumping jacks and then burpees is the next step after that. So
Cool. Burpees. I hate burpees.
yeah, me too. Can't even do them if I was healthy.
Spack, any thoughts, man?
No, just looking forward to getting into the runs. A lot of new faces. It'll be awesome to see kind of the new dynamics of the teams. A couple new GMs in the mix as well. So it'll be kind of fun, maybe seeing what their strategies are and what sort of teams they assemble. That's it. I just love to play, love to hoop. So looking forward to getting back on the court.
Cool. All right. Thanks for taking the time, guys. Been a slice, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
Appreciate it.
Kendall.